Okay, so hello all and welcome to this particular session, which is session one on SAP S/4HANA controlling. Okay, so what are we going to do today is we are going to start with the general topics that we need to understand from the controlling point of view. Okay, and these are some of the rules which you should follow in order for the benefit of you and others. Because if you keep your mic in unmuted, then it will definitely disturb other guys also. Okay, so most of the time, keep your mic muted. And if you have any questions, just unmute, ask your question, and immediately mute it again. Okay, so that whatever I'm answering, everybody is able to listen it properly. Okay, so just give me a minute and then we will start the session. Okay, so let's start now. So can you tell me what exactly is the difference when you talk about SAP? Forget about S4 HANA as of now. We will come to that point. What is SAP ECC vis-a-vis what is SAP S4 HANA? Let's talk about controlling. So, what do you think? What are the things that we are going to discuss in controlling? What exactly is the controlling module? What are the different topics that you know? Okay, these are the things that we are going to cover in controlling, and what are the different things which the organization would be able to use in the controlling module of SAP. Okay, so first is what is controlling, and then we will try to differentiate how controlling is different from the normal financial accounting. Okay, so anyone, just keep it interactive. If you have any idea, just come out.
Hello,
Yes, Bala.
sir. Controlling is nothing but it is a management account. The
Okay.
difference between FI and CO is it is internal. Controlling is nothing but it is an internal accounting. We are just capturing uh, how the department, all those departments and regions are performing, and what is the cost, and is it revenue, how much the revenue is generating, and all. We are just analyzing, and we are giving the report to the management to take the decision. And
Okay, perfect. So you are saying management accounting is mainly for the internal purpose. Internal
uh,
purpose means
yes,
whatever report.
internal. Yeah,
Yes.
whatever the report we are generating, we are giving for the management to take the important decision,
Mm-hmm.
like i- just want to analyze, if in case Mumbai, the regions are there, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, like this and all, which region is performing well. We just want to check, means this is the correct tool for uh, getting that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So mainly management accounting is all about internal reporting. Internal reporting means whatever reportings are required within your organization. Okay. So for example, if you just the example that Bala gave, if you want to perform the region wise reporting, if you want to know, okay, which region is performing well, or maybe which product is performing well, okay, and what are the different costs which are involved in your company, who is responsible for incurring those costs, how can I control those costs, Okay, so these are all the things that you need to perform at the internal level. It has nothing to do with the external world. Now, just consider the example. You have a company. Okay, let's take an example of a manufacturing company here. Let's say our client is a manufacturing company and they are implementing SAP. Okay, so our client is a manufacturing company and they are implementing SAP. Now, being a manufacturing company, there are some legal requirements. Okay, there are some legal requirements that you need to report this particular reportings in a particular format. Like for example, you need to report the balance sheet, you need to report the profit and loss. You also need to report multiple different reportings to your auditors, to your tax authorities, right? So all these reports are legal reports, which are to be delivered to the external world. Okay, so your tax authorities, your auditors, your Companies Act, these are all the examples of the legal requirements that you need to submit to the external authorities. So that external reporting is nothing but financial accounting. Okay, so when we talk about SAP FI and SAP CO, SAP FI is nothing but financial accounting, which is for the external purpose. Okay, so external reporting you carry out in the financial accounting, and internal reporting, which is internal to my organization, which has nothing to do with the tax authorities, which has nothing to do with the Companies Act. Okay, as long as I don't need to submit any report to them, right? Definitely for costing accounting purpose, there are some rules, there are some frameworks, but those are only relevant to within your company. Okay, it has nothing to do outside your company. Right, so management accounting is all about internal reportings and financial accounting is all about external reporting. Okay, so normally if you go for financial accounting, what are the things that we discuss within financial accounting? What are the topics or what are the things customer would be able to perform? So the examples are you will be able to perform the general ledger accounting. Okay, what do you do in the general ledger accounting? Normal day-to-day postings. Okay, you want to debit one GL account, credit another GL account. So those kind of general ledger adjustment entries you can perform in general ledger accounting. Then you have accounts payables. Okay, accounts payables is nothing but all the transactions relevant to vendor, right? Similarly, if you go for accounts receivables, in accounts receivables, it is everything related to so transactions relevant to customers, right? Then you have asset accounting, fixed asset accounting. This is all transactions related to the fixed assets that your company has. Okay, now what are the fixed assets? Fixed assets are like buildings, furnitures, IT hardware, software, whatever tangible, intangible assets you have, those are part of the asset accounting. Okay, and you also have bank accounting. Okay, which means whatever transactions you are doing with the bank, whenever you are uh, paying the money to the vendor or you're receiving the money from the customer at the end of the month or at the end of the day, if you want to reconcile your bank results with your internal books, those are all the topics which will be part of the bank accounting. So on the higher level, I'm not saying these are the only topics, but these are the important topics which are part of financial accounting, and all these topics are for external reporting purpose. Okay, I need to report all these topics to the external authorities. Okay, but when it comes to the management accounting, now what are the topics or what are the areas that management accounting is going to handle? Okay, so the first thing is you have to report your cost based on the cost centers. Okay, so there is something called as cost center accounting. Okay, now what is covered in the cost center accounting? In the cost center accounting, which department has incurred how much cost? Okay, that information can be taken. So for example, we had already took a scenario of a manufacturing company. Now within a manufacturing company there can be different departments who are performing some task and they are carrying out some expenses. Okay, let's take an example of admin department, HR department. They are not giving you any revenue. Okay, admin department is not generating any revenue. HR department, IT department, they are not generating any revenue. So what exactly they are doing? They are providing you some service. Okay, so HR is responsible for making sure that the right people is available at the right job, right? So it is not generating any revenue. It is not giving you any business. It is making sure that the right people is available so that you are able to perform your business activities on time. Similarly, admin department is making sure that your office is maybe neat and clean, whatever things are required in order to manage the events, they are taking care of that. So they are again not bringing any revenue to you. Okay, but at the end of the month, whatever expenses are incurred by HR, whatever expenses are incurred by admin, those needs to be settled somewhere to get the profitability, right? So cost center accounting is all about cost. Which department is making how much cost? That is something that is covered within the cost center accounting. Okay, then you have profit center accounting. Okay, in the profit center accounting, only difference is in the cost center accounting, only cost is considered. Department wise cost, if you want to know what is the cost of admin department for a particular month, what is the cost incurred by HR department for a particular month, you can go to the cost center accounting. Profit center accounting means those entities which are giving you profit also, which are giving you revenue also. Okay, so normally when we say profit center accounting, this is branch wise profit, this is product wise profit, this is region wise profit. So whatever is your criteria, this will be told to you by your customer, right? What exactly is the profit center for them, whether they want branch wise revenue reporting or they want the product wise reporting. So that will become your profit center. Okay, so in this scenario, if I try to fit what would be our profit center, so let's say this is a manufacturing company, we agreed already, and this manufacturing company is into the manufacturing of four different products. Okay, and let's say for these four different products, they have four different setups. Okay, so there is a separate factory for product one, there is a separate factory for product two, similarly, three and four. So they can we can consider that okay, the product is nothing but the profit center. Why? Because for a particular product, in order to manufacture a product, you will do some cost. You have to incur some cost. And then when you sell this product, you will earn some revenue. So whatever is revenue minus cost is your profit. And that is the reason we are calling it as a profit center. So in cost center accounting, only cost is incurred, right? When it comes to profit center accounting, it is having cost as well as revenue. Okay, and profit is nothing but equal to revenue minus cost. Okay, so profit center accounting is all about revenue minus cost. So you are going to book the cost, you are going to book the revenue, and at the end of the day, you will generate a report which will tell you how much revenue you made for a particular profit center and how much cost was incurred. And you will be able to know whether this profit center is giving me profit or it is running in loss. Okay, so these are cost center accounting, profit center accounting. Next one is product costing. Okay, so within controlling, the third topic is product costing. Now, what exactly is product costing? Okay, product costing means again, same, whatever we are going to do for this entire course, we will take one real-time example of a manufacturing company. Okay, which manufacturing company? That slowly we will introduce. Okay, what is the nature of the business for this manufacturing company? What does it manufacture? That we can change based on the scenarios. But let's take an example in the manufacturing company, they are manufacturing a particular product. Okay, let's say in this case, the manufacturing company is manufacturing bikes. Okay, manufacturing company is manufacturing bike. Now they want to sell this bike, right? Why a company will manufacture anything? At the end of the day, they want to sell it to the market to generate the profit, right? So this particular company who is manufacturing the bikes, they want to sell these bikes in the market. Okay, now before they start selling, they need to know what would be the price that we want to sell it at. Okay, so the first thing is they need to identify at what price I should sell this particular product in the market. Okay, and in order to take this the selling price for the companies, they first need to know what is their cost. Okay, simple, any business. If you want to do any business, if you want to decide the selling price, the first thing is you know the cost price, right? If I don't know the cost of how much I'm going to incur on this particular course, then how can I tell you what is the course fee? I definitely need to understand first what is my total cost. Okay, and based on that, I will tell you, okay, my total cost is this much, add this much, maybe the profit, and this is the course fee, right? So I definitely need to know the cost. So product costing is nothing but identifying the cost of the product that you are going to manufacture. Okay, so in manufacturing companies, for each and every product that they are manufacturing, they need to cost that particular product. Okay, so SAP provides a very good functionality of product costing in which you need to tell the system what are the components that would be required in order to manufacture this product and what are the activities that you need to carry out in order to manufacture a particular product, and based on that system will automatically calculate the cost of product. Okay, so this is a topic which we need to understand in detail. We need to understand how the product is costed. We need to understand how the standard price is updated in the material master. What is the difference between the standard price and the moving average price? So there are a lot of things. Most of the time in this course, we are going to focus on product costing itself. Okay. Then we have material ledger. Okay. Now what is material ledger? Now this is one topic which gives you multiple benefits based on the company's requirement. Okay. So normally material ledger covers three things. Number one is parallel currencies. Okay. Number two is again parallel valuation. Okay, and number three is actual costing. So no need to worry as of now. I'm just giving you the overview. Material ledger allows you to perform the inventory valuation, material valuation in parallel currencies, in parallel valuation, and you can perform actual costing. Okay, so this is a module which is used in order to report your material valuation. What is material valuation? So randomly, if I ask you, what is total stock that is available in your plant? Okay, so that is nothing but material valuation. You will go into the into your warehouse, you will check how much quantity is available, you will multiply it by the price. Now if you know the price only in a particular currency, but if I'm asking you, no, 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 tell me what is your total valuation in USD, then in order to calculate that we'll be able to use material ledger functionality. Otherwise it will become difficult to valuate the material in multiple currencies. Okay, so those topics we will discuss in material ledger. And the last one that is discussed in controlling is COPA, very important module. COPA is nothing but profitability analysis. So CO stands for controlling and PA stands for profitability analysis. Okay, CO stands for controlling and PA stands for profitability analysis. Now, profitability analysis, it is a tool, it is a reporting tool, we can say. It is a reporting tool which allows you to generate your reports as per your requirements. Okay, so for example, this manufacturing company is saying that I want to see my profitability based on multiple dimensions. Okay, I want to see what is my profitability based on region wise, product wise, customer wise, salesperson wise. Okay, so they are giving you the criteria that we want to see the report. In this report we want to see this many number of columns. Okay, normally if you are not using this profitability analysis tool, many companies what they do is they create pivots in Excel. Okay, if you know what is pivot in Excel, Excel is just a Microsoft Excel tool. In that Excel, if you have all the data, whatever sales you have done, if you have all the lines, then you can simply, what you can do is you can create a pivot and you can say, okay, I want to see summation results based on this particular columns. Okay, so that thing can be done in SAP also using COPA module. Okay, and not only the actual reports, you can also carry out planning in COPA. Okay, which is now in SAP S/4HANA, it is simplified a lot compared to what COPA was in ECC. Okay, so these are at the higher level. What are the topics that we are going to discuss in SAP controlling course? Okay, so in this one, we are going to start with the cost center accounting, profit center accounting, and then most of the time we are going to give to these three topics. These are the three important topics that we need to understand, but we cannot jump on directly to these topics because the basic knowledge required from the cost center and profit center accounting will definitely help us generating these reports. Okay, so just to summarize what we discussed, we are discussing how financial accounting and controlling are different. So financial accounting is all about external reporting. So if you want to learn how to process the general ledger accounting transactions, how to carry out the transactions in AP, AR, asset accounting, and bank accounting, then you should go for the financial accounting course. If you want to learn how the internal processes are carried out, what are the different kind of reportings that we need on the internal level, like if I want to generate the cost center related report, profit center related report, if I want to cost my product, so these are the things that are covered within management accounting or SAP controlling module. Okay, so any question till now?
I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
So controlling module, it starts with integrated business planning module. Am I correct? So whatever variance we get in planned or in planned module, those variants or those planning will get integrated with the controlling, and then we get the variances. Am I right?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, the thing is, what you're saying is partially correct. So what you're saying is planning comes first and then the actual values. That is absolutely correct. Whenever we are discussing about a controlling module, so for example, let's say we talk about cost center accounting. Now in cost center accounting, you can generate the reports at the actual basis. Okay, so if you want to know what is the actual cost incurred for different cost centers, that you can definitely generate. But at the same time, what you can do is in the beginning of the month itself, you can carry out the planning for the cost centers. Okay, so for example, we are currently in the month of November. Now in November, I'll be only able to get the report what happened in November at the end of the month. Okay, but if I want to plan today itself, if I know some things like it, like based on my previous months, in November I'm going to incur this much cost. So what I can do is I can do the planning. Okay, and then the entire month from 1st of November to 30th of November, I'll keep on booking the actual cost. And at the end of the month, I will compare the plan versus actual, and that will give me the variance. So that is correct. Planning would be carried out initially in the beginning of the month and actuals will be booked throughout the month. But again, it is not necessary. Okay, so as you said, it starts the planning, may not be. Okay, because there are some cost centers, there are some companies who are not doing that much detailed planning as of today. But that is a good approach. What you said is recommended approach that all the companies who are using controlling modules, they should first perform the planning at the beginning of the period.
Okay, so my next question would be, Vikram, like, do we need to have basic understanding of integrated business planning module or management module, IBM, to get correct numbers in controlling? So is there any integration point with controlling and IBM module?
Okay, so see, the thing is in SAP ECC, when we were using the old version of SAP controlling, in that there was no concept of IBP. IBP is something which is launched with SAP S/4HANA itself. So what we were doing in controlling in ECC was the planning was carried out in the same system. Okay, so there was no separate need for IBP. Whatever plannings you were carrying out, you were carrying out directly in the main system within SAP controlling itself. Now with SAP S/4HANA, SAP came up with the new concept of IBP. Okay, in IBP, you have the integrated business planning. Instead of different planning tools, you can do all the planning at one level, and that is the reason it is called as integrated business planning. But again, IBP or basic controlling planning, these are two options which are provided. So it is not 100% required to know IBP, but yes, if you know IBP, that will definitely help you to carry out the planning easily using the new tool. So in this course, the basics of IBP also we are going to cover. Okay, so whenever we'll be talking about the planning, in that case, I'll make sure that you know the basics of IBP, how the values are flowing in IBP also.
Thank you, Vikram.
Okay, any other questions? No questions? Okay, so this was the
Yes.
background. Yes, Deepa. Any
I'm
questions,
fine.
Deepa?
No, sir, we are
Okay.
fine with this. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So now,
Hi Vikram, sorry, this is Satish.
yes,
I also saw a topic in your when you were saying that there is cost object controlling, right? So will you also will we be discussing any business scenarios and see what is like how we do the overhead cost object controlling and all those things?
yes, Satish. So that is part of product costing. So when we
Okay,
talk about product costing, it includes two things. It is product cost planning and then cost object controlling. So within cost object controlling, you have product cost by order, by period, and by sales order. So this is part of product costing itself. Okay, and even the overhead costing will come in the product cost planning itself because overheads are normally applied on the product cost.
yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions till now? Okay,
No,
if not, yes, Neha.
no, Vikram, nothing from my side. Thank you.
Okay, so now what we will do is let's understand the S/4HANA. Okay, so just the basic understanding of what is S/4HANA and why it is required. Now you know what to expect out of this course. Now you know, okay, how finance and controlling are two different things, and what are we going to discuss in this course? What are the topics that we are going to talk about? Okay, and definitely we are going to talk about the topics on the SAP S/4HANA system. Okay, so now the question is, I think many of you are coming from SAP ECC background. Okay, you already know how the things works on SAP ECC. Okay, may not be 100% detail of controlling, but at least you know, okay, maybe if you are a finance consultant or maybe if you are coming from there are some guys who are coming from the end user experience. So there are things which you can do in SAP ECC, how S/4HANA is different. Okay, so the first thing is, let me just give you the overall idea how this journey started. So I think all of you know that SAP was introduced in somewhere around 1972, right? So they came up with the first product that was R1. Then they came up with R2 in 1979. Then they came up with R3. Okay. Then they came up with ERP. ERP is nothing but ECC that most of the companies are using today, right? And then finally in 2015, SAP came up with SAP S4 HANA. Okay, so see, this is a journey of SAP from last how many years? 72 to 2019, around 45 to 50 years, SAP started working on this product, right? So the initial product which was developed, there were very limited functionalities, mainly related to the legal reporting like finance and payroll. Okay, so the first two modules which you will be able to see in the first version of SAP was finance and payroll. Okay, and slowly they kept on adding more and more features. Okay, and the functionalities were improved. Even in SAP ECC, we are not saying the functionalities are not that much far. The controlling module in SAP ECC is also very good, right? So you can perform all these things: cost center accounting, profit center accounting, product costing. Everything is possible in SAP ECC also. But the major problem which is faced in SAP ECC, why SAP came up with S4 HANA, the first reason for SAP to come up with S4 HANA is the speed. Okay, the first reason is speed. If you go to the customer and if you ask them, okay, what are the things that you would like to change in SAP, the first thing definitely they will tell you that speed is an issue. So although I'm able to do all these things, although I'm able to generate my report, okay, but the problem is many times it takes a lot of time to generate those reports. Okay, and that is the reason customers will say that first thing we want to improve is the speed. Okay, number two is the user experience. Okay, user experience means what? The screens that we are using. So for example, from last 20 years, we are using the same screen to do the product costing. Like for example, we are doing CK11N. Or from last 20 years, we are using the same transaction to create a purchase order. Okay, so the things are improved a lot in terms of outside SAP. So for example, if you just think about it, the software that you were using 20 years back, is it still available in the market? No, everything is replaced with mobile devices, right? We are no longer going for the websites of the banking and doing performing the transaction. Very rarely. Most of the time we have the apps, and through the apps we are doing all our transactions. But for SAP, if you talk about ECC, if I want to do a single transaction, is it possible to do through mobile? Very difficult, right? So I need to be in front of PC, I need to go to the particular transaction, and that transaction is also having more than 200, 300 fields. Okay, and as a user I might get confused which fields to enter and which fields to keep it blank, right? So those are the challenges. User experience means the way in which you are
Yes.
executing the transactions. Yes, yeah, the way in which you are executing the transactions is very old, right? And customers are expecting that why shouldn't we are able to do the transactions from our mobile device itself. Okay, and that is the reason the second thing which they improved in SAP S4 HANA is the user experience. Okay, now once we get the speed, once we get the user experience, now this has nothing to do with the processes, right? Do we mean that the same configurations, same reportings will work in SAP S4 HANA? I'm not saying no. 90% of the things are same. Okay, the change is only in the 10% of the functionalities. Okay, so those 10% of the functionalities are called as simplified business processes. Okay, so there are some business processes which are simplified. Okay, so for example, if we talk about this controlling module itself, within each and every component, there are some improvements. Okay, we are not saying the entire component is changed. There are a lot of configurations which are still same, but there are some new configurations due to which there will be a lot of simplification in the business process. Okay, so for example, within COPA, account-based COPA is completely simplified. Okay, for example, within, if you go for the cost center accounting, just now Sneha told that there is possibility of integrated business planning, which was not possible in earlier versions, right? So within each and every component, there are few changes which are simplifying the business process. So when we are talking about SAP S4 HANA, SAP S4 HANA mainly delivers these three functionalities. It provides you speed, provides you better user experience through which you can do your transactions from any device, and it also provides you the simplified business processes due to which you'll be able to perform your transactions in much more faster, and there will be less requirement of reconciliation issues. Okay, so when we say simplified business processes, very importantly for the CEO, it is reconciled business processes. Okay, so in ECC, one of the major challenge for CO is FI and CO. Many times, FI and CO, they are storing the data in two different set of tables. Okay, and the problem is that the figures are updating in one table, but due to some technical reason, the figures are not updated in the second table. Or maybe you need to carry out the period end activities. Till the time you don't carry out the period end activities, your FI and CO results will not match. Okay, so that is the reconciliation issue. You need to find out, okay, what went wrong, why FI is showing different results, CO is showing different results, right? So that challenge has been removed now with S4 HANA, because in S4 HANA, SAP is saying FI and CO are no two more separate components. They are merged from the technical point of view. See, from the functionality point of view, they will never get merged. Management accounting is a separate topic, financial accounting is a separate topic. Okay, but from the technical point of view, if you merge them, then what will happen? The reconciliation issue will not come. So what SAP has done is now they merge these two components into one single component, which means the data is going to be stored in one table now. It is not going to be stored in multiple different tables. Okay, so those are the things that we will discuss in detail. But as of now, within S4 HANA, now how are you getting speed? How are you getting user experience? And how are you getting simplified processes? So can you tell me if you heard somewhere or if you gone through any previous training, how SAP S4 HANA is providing faster speed? What has been changed, which is providing the speed?
Vikram,
Database.
as for HANA is a column-oriented in-memory data management system. So like data which are hot data, it gets stored in a RAM, so it can be processed quickly. Cold and warm data gets stored in the disk or on the cloud. So that is the reason it gives a speed in analysis and in processing. And BI happens in real time because all the data are centrally stored. And apart from that, the code has been pushed down. When we say pushed down, it means that now application layer don't have the codes are not in the application layer, it's on the database itself. So all the calculation and everything happens on air. So reports are generated on fly. That is another reason for getting speed in processing and in generating reports.
Yes, you're right. So which means you're saying speed has been improved because of the Columnar database. Which is that database? Is SAP S4HANA a database?
Speed has been increased because of in-memory database, and it's a column oriented. So data, initially the data was stored and accessed in a row structure. Now with HANA, there is a column and row, combination of column and row structure, which reduces or removes the data redundancy and latency.
Yes, you are 100% correct. But my question is, you're talking about a database. What is the name of that database? Is it SAP S4HANA database or what?
It's HANA, sorry, it's SAP
It is
HANA. That
SAP
is it.
HANA, yes. So there are two different things. This is a very important thing that you should know, right? So when we are talking about SAP S4HANA, is it a database?
That is a business suite.
That is a business suite. You're right. So SAP S4HANA is a business suite, or you can simply call it as an application. Okay, SAP S4HANA is not a database. SAP S4HANA is an application which uses SAP HANA database. Okay, so these are two different things. S4HANA is an application which uses SAP HANA database in the background. Okay, so what was the problem in ECC? In ECC, we were not using this HANA database. Okay, although it was possible in the later half of maybe after 2011, it was possible. There are many customers who are using SAP ECC with HANA database, but before 2011, whoever has implemented SAP ECC system, there was no option of HANA at that time, and that is the reason there were third-party databases like Oracle, Microsoft. These were the databases which were being used. Okay, so now with SAP S4 HANA, by default, there is only one database that can be used is HANA database, and HANA database has a capability of whatever Sneha told. In memory computing, it can store the data in the form of columns, it will automatically perform the calculations. So all these benefits are not part of SAP S4 HANA application, they are actually part of SAP HANA database. Okay, so if a question comes, if someone is asking you, okay, why SAP is faster? Why SAP S4 HANA is faster compared to traditional SAP ECC system? The reason is very straightforward, that SAP S4 HANA works only on HANA database. Okay, S4 HANA is an application which only runs on SAP HANA database, and SAP HANA database has the benefits like in-memory computing, columnar data storage, okay, based on which the speed will be achieved. Okay, we will talk about those things. These are the basic things. Before we touch our main topic of controlling, these are some basic things which each and every module consultant should know. Okay, why HANA, why S4 HANA, what is the difference, what is the database, what is the application. So these things we need to discuss. Okay, and now coming to the second one. So we understood that speed is achieved with the concept of SAP HANA. Because the database has been replaced from the traditional one to SAP HANA, SAP S4 HANA provides you faster speed. Second question is how the user experience. How SAP is providing better user experience? How can I access the applications from my mobile device? Using which tool?
Fiori.
Fiori. Yes. Have you heard about Fiori? So Fiori is a new user interface. Okay, so earlier we were using the system only on computer. Okay, so we need SAP logon to log in into SAP, enter your user ID and password, and then you are connected to the SAP system. But now using this Fiori, Fiori is a new user interface. Using Fiori, if you have a web link, you can join or you can connect to SAP from anywhere. Okay, and even if you want to access the application using your mobile device, then you can download the Fiori app, okay, and you can do your transaction from your mobile device also. Okay, so with Fiori you are getting better user experience. So with HANA you are getting speed, with Fiori you are getting better user experience. And now can you tell me how are you getting the simplified business processes? Simplified business processes you are getting because of this new business suite. Okay, the business processes are simplified in the business suite directly. Okay, so the core system that you have in SAP S4 HANA is called as SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management. Using SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management component, you can simplify your business processes also. Okay, if I ask you the simple question, can I use HANA database in SAP ECC? Just now I answered, but again,
Yes.
just to clarify. Can I use SAP HANA database along with ECC?
Yes.
Okay, can I, you are saying we can use. So what would be the name of that product?
Uh, SAP HANA.
SAP HANA is a database. If
Right.
I'm using SAP ECC along with HANA database, then any idea what would be the name of that product?
No, Vikram.
It is called as SAP SOH, Suite on HANA.
Okay.
Okay, or it can be also called as SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA. Okay, so you need to be very clear. These are two different things. This SAP Business Suite powered by SAP S4 HANA and SAP SOH. What are these? SAP ECC applications running on HANA database. Okay, so these are not the applications which are SAP S4 HANA. SAP S4 HANA is a totally different new application. SAP S4 HANA is a completely new business suite. So there is a big difference between SAP SOH, SAP Business Suite powered by HANA, and SAP S/4HANA. So what do you think? What is the full form of SAP S/4HANA? Anyone knows what is the full form of SAP S/4HANA? No one knows full form? It is SAP Business Suite for HANA. Okay, SAP's Business Suite for HANA. Only difference is this is powered by HANA. Powered by HANA means the Business Suite is ECC itself. But when I say SAP Business Suite for HANA, this means it is S4 HANA. So this for is nothing but what you can see here, for. This is S is suite, this is for HANA. So SAP Business Suite for HANA. This is the full form of SAP S4 HANA. So you need to be very careful. There are a lot of opportunities available in the market. Okay, and if you go to let's say any website, you will find that okay, we are implementing SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA, and we normally think, oh, this is SAP S4 HANA. That is not the correct thing. SAP Business Suite powered by SAP HANA is a ECC application running on HANA database. So functionality point of view, you will not find any difference. Okay, only from the technical point of view, the database is HANA, so speed will be achieved. Clear on this? Now, second question, can I use SAP Fiori? Can I use SAP Fiori on SAP ECC? Is it
No,
possible?
I don't think so, Vikram.
Sorry?
I don't think so that is possible, Vikram.
Okay. So first question was, can I use SAP HANA on ECC? Can I use SAP HANA database on ECC application? Okay, so this answer was yes. Only for SAP ECC EHP 7 and above. If you are using SAP ECC EHP 5, EHP 6, then HANA database is not possible. Right? Same thing goes for Fiori also. Can I use Fiori on SAP? Yes, I can use Fiori on SAP, but only starting from EHP 7 and above. So SAP Fiori and SAP HANA, they are possible in ECC also. Okay, but still what they will not give, they will definitely give you speed. They will provide you better user interface. But till the time you are not implementing SAP S4 HANA, you will not be able to get the simplified business processes. Simplified business processes will only come when you upgrade your application from SAP ECC to SAP S4 HANA. Okay, saying that, please also note one thing. Although I am saying SAP Fiori is available on SAP ECC, but only you will get only around 5 to 10% of features compared to what you are getting in S4 HANA. So practically it is possible that you can use SAP Fiori on ECC, but what features it provides, it is only 5 to 10% of the actual features of SAP S4 HANA on Fiori.
Vikram, here I have a question. So to use Fiori on ECC, do we need to have SAP HANA database, or without SAP HANA database, we can use Fiori with ECC or on the ECC?
Okay, so let me write this question so that you are clear. So can I use SAP Fiori on SAP ECC with non-HANA database? What do you think? What should be the answer?
I'm not sure.
Possible. Possible with restrictions. I'll tell you what are the restrictions. Okay, so it is possible to use SAP Fiori on non-HANA database. Restrictions are normally in Fiori, there are three kinds of apps. You can perform transactions, you can perform reportings. So only transactional apps are supported. Okay, the restriction is only transactions apps are supported. You will not be able to perform any analytics without HANA database. Okay, so although practically possible, but again, out of this 5-10%, now you are left with only 2%. So I can use Fiori, but only 2% of the actual benefits that I'm going to get with S4HANA. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions apart from what we discussed till now?
Gaurav, this is Stephen here. I just joined a little bit late. I have a question around the management accounting intervals. Is it okay to ask?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. You did not touch the point around the planning component of cost center planning, profit center planning, the COPA planning. COPA planning, the product costing planning, I could see those planning. If you could elaborate on that. Is that part of this course or is that not?
It is part of the course. So I just provided the overview, like what are the different components which are available within the management accounting. Now,
Okay.
definitely when we talk about the cost center accounting, it will consist of the actual as well as planned and the variance. So whatever reports we will be generating, we will be able to see the planning figures that we entered, actuals as well as the variance. And also we will touch, although it is a separate topic, but we will also touch some part of IBP also. So how to perform the planning using the IBP tool.
Which is BPC on S4 and HANA optimized. IBP is
Yes,
already gone.
BPC. Exactly,
Oh,
BPC on S4HANA.
okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? No questions? Okay, so now let me take another few minutes to explain this basics again. HANA, what is HANA, what is in-memory, what is columnar database storage. So what I'll do is today's session, I will just speak about the basic things related to SAP HANA and SAP S4HANA and Fiori. Okay, and starting from tomorrow, I will show you the system. Tomorrow also it will be the kind of overview. Although we will not directly start a topic, tomorrow also we will get an overview of each and every component. Okay, so I'll show you what are the things that you need to do in the cost center accounting from the system point of view, where you'll be able to see the configuration related things, where you'll be able to see the reporting related things. Okay, and then from the next week onwards, we will actually set up the company code, set up the controlling area, and we will start the actual processes. Okay, so let me now tell you why we need HANA. Okay, what is HANA and why do we need HANA? So we already agreed that SAP HANA is what? SAP HANA is just a database, right? SAP HANA is just a database. Now the question is why SAP HANA is faster compared to other databases. Okay, so let's start with this. If I'm using SAP ECC, okay, any HP before 2011, okay, before 2011, whenever any customer who has implemented SAP ECC, they used SAP ECC as an application. Okay, all of you, and I think you know what is R3 structure. When we say SAP R3 system, it consists of three-tier architecture. Any idea what is this three-tier architecture? Which are the three systems?
Presentation, application, and database.
Right, presentation, application, and database. Okay, so R3 stands for three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture means presentation, application, and database. These are the three layers. Now, what is presentation? Presentation means whatever system I am using to perform my transaction. So let's take example, very simple example of you are doing the e-banking, okay, from your mobile app. So your presentation server is what? Your presentation server is the database server which is storing the data.
Vikram, we have
Mobile
lost.
device, from my mobile device, I am connecting to PayPal app. PayPal is an application, right, which is stored on my mobile device. I have the PayPal application installed on my mobile device. So that is the application that I am using. Okay, and now whatever transactions I will do in PayPal, it will go and get stored in the PayPal database. That is not available on my mobile device, right? Database servers are available with the PayPal itself, right? So presentation server is my mobile, application is the app that I'm using, and database is the database which is storing the data. So now if we talk about the SAP terms, let's try to compare this with ECC and S4HANA. So can you tell me in ECC what was our presentation server, application server, and which was our database? Presentation is obviously it was supporting only two presentations, which are those computers and laptops. It was not supporting tabs, it was not supporting mobile devices. So it was supporting computers and laptops, and how we were connecting through SAP logon pad. It is only possible to connect to SAP in SAP ECC using logon pad, right? When it comes to application, which application we were executing? SAP ECC EHP 0 to 7, whatever was the application. And when it comes to the database, there was no SAP HANA before 2011, right? So what are the other databases that we were using? We were using Oracle, we were using Microsoft, we were using DB2, right? So these are some of the examples of the databases that we were using earlier, right? So this is what was happening till SAP introduced their own database, that is SAP HANA. Okay, so this was a picture till 2011. Now after 2011, if I talk about SAP S4 HANA, many things are changed, right? So what is our presentation now? It is a computer, it is a laptop, it allows you tab, it allows you your mobile device. Okay, and how are you going to access the presentation server? Either through SAP logon pad or through SAP Fiori, which is a new user interface. Which is the application now? Application is SAP S for HANA. And which is the database? Is this database supported? Oracle, Microsoft, they are not supported at all. There is only one database which is supported, which is SAP HANA. Okay, and that is the reason SAP is saying this is a completely new product. This is not just an upgrade. This is a completely new product because the presentation server is also changed, application is also changed, and even the database is new. Right? Now the question is why HANA? Why SAP came up with SAP HANA database when they were already using Oracle, Microsoft, DB2? So there were some challenges in traditional databases. Okay, which are traditional databases? These are the traditional databases. What were the challenges? Obviously, the speed was a challenge, but why? Why the speed was slow in these databases? Number one, they were storing the data in hard disk. Okay, I think most of you already know there are two type of memories. One is your hard disk and second is your RAM, right? Whatever data you store it on hard disk, it is difficult to process that data. It takes more time to get the data from hard disk and saving it back to the hard disk. but whatever data is available on your RAM, it can be processed faster. RAM is 1,000 times faster than hard disk. So this was a major challenge. Previous databases, they were storing the data in the hard disk. Number two, data was stored in row-based form. Okay, now this is technical. I'm not expecting you to understand the technical details of this, but just understand the row-based data is very slower to extract. So for example, if you want to generate any report, and if you're storing the data in the row-based form, in order to generate that report, system takes more time. Okay, because if your table is huge, let's take an example of our accounting table, more than 200, 300 columns. Okay, so in order to get the data from that 200, 300 columns, it is too slow. Okay, and that is the reason there needs to be a solution. So what solution SAP came up with? So SAP HANA database is going to solve these two challenges. Number one, data would be stored directly in RAM. Okay, and that is the reason this functionality of storing the data directly in RAM is called as in-memory computing. So we say SAP S/4HANA is an in-memory platform, or SAP HANA is an in-memory platform. Why? Because it is storing the data in RAM. Okay, and second thing is it stores the data in row plus column. We are not saying only column, row plus column. So it is providing us the flexibility. If it is a small table, we can save in row form. If it is a big table, then we can save in the column form. Now, who will decide which table to store in row and which table to store in column? So standard tables by default in SAP HANA database, they will store the data in the column based form. Only new Z tables if you are creating, then you have a choice whether you want to store in row or the column based form. Okay, so data is stored in both row as well as column based form. Okay, that is the reason we are getting speed with SAP HANA database. Okay, major thing which is giving us speed is storing the data in memory, storing the data directly in RAM. This is the first starting point through which we are getting speed. Okay, and how the business processes are simplified now. Business processes are simplified. I told you one of the major challenge was FICO reconciliation. This challenge is from years. Okay, although we have a very good functionality within controlling, but reconciliation is always an issue in SAP. So FI is showing you some correct picture, CO is showing you some different picture, and you need to verify which is wrong, which is correct. Right? So in order to avoid that, now SAP reduced many tables. Many tables are deleted in SAP S/4HANA. This is another change. Many tables are deleted from SAP FI and SAP CO. I'm concentrating on only on SAP FI and CO, but this doesn't mean that the tables are only deleted from FI and CO. Tables are also deleted from the logistics module also. So many tables are deleted from FI and CO, and a new table AC-Doc A, which is also called as Universal Journal Table, is introduced. Okay, so instead of storing the data at different places, SAP deleted more than 15-20 tables, and they just came up with one new table called as AC-Doc A. All those deleted table content would be available at one place now, that is AC-Doc A. Okay, which will avoid reconciliation issues. Now your FI and CO will be reconciled from the design itself. Clear? Any questions now? Are you able to correlate these topics?
Yeah. Yes, Vikram.
Okay. So any questions till now? If not, maybe we can stop here today, because I think we already in the first session we already talked a lot. There are a lot of new things which you might have heard. So what I want now is I will send you this document, okay? And please go through this document. If you have any questions tomorrow, initial 5 minutes we will utilize in any doubts that you have related to this topic, and then I'll directly show you the system, and in the system I will show you what are the things that we are going to discuss in detail.
Question.
Okay, one thing, the server access, I recommend as of now not to take the server access. You take the server access from next week, because today we discuss the theoretical topic. Even tomorrow we are not going to touch the server from the practical point of view. We are just going to see the overview of all the functionalities. So unnecessarily, if you start your server access from tomorrow, you are only going to get it for 2 months, right? So it should not happen that our sessions are going on, but the server access is not available and we need to buy the separate server access. So it is my recommendation, but if you still want, I can arrange the server access for you. So maybe you can separately just drop me the mail that whether your server access should be given to you from tomorrow or from the next week onwards.
Gaurav, I have a question.
Yes, Steven.
You said that we use for database, we are using S4 HANA, right? Which is the EHP that we only use for S4? I know EHP 7 is a older one, but what is the latest one we are using?
Steven, can you keep your mic in front? There is small disturbance in your voice.
Okay. Looking for a EHP, the EHP name for S4 HANA. Is it EHP 8 or is it 9 or which one is that we are using?
In S4 HANA?
Yes.
No, in S4 HANA there is no EHP, because see, SAP ECC was having the EHP 7, 8. When you're talking about S4 HANA, S4 HANA is not working on EHPs. S4 HANA is working on the versions 1511, 1610, 1709, 1809, and now 1909.
So there is no EHP concept at all? Is that what you're saying?
Right, in SAP S4 HANA there is no EHP concept.
Okay, because right up till 1511 it was telling that they are using EHP. So when is that changed lately or how was that?
Sorry, can you come again?
From 1511, 1503, 1511 onwards, they were mentioning that the bare minimum requirement for S4 and HANA should have EHP 7 onwards.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah,
now
that
that
particular thing
concept has
is
changed is what you're saying. And when was that changed?
okay, yes. See, that particular thing that you are saying is the minimum requirement for the customers who are already using SAP ECC. If they want to upgrade their system to S/4HANA, that is a minimum requirement. So they should be at SAP ECC 6, any EHP. As of today, if a customer wants to go for SAP S/4HANA 1909, the minimum requirement that they have with their current system is SAP ECC any EHP from 0 to 7.
Or that is their source system is what you're trying to say. They should have a minimum of that.
Right. If they are planning to convert their existing system, if they are planning to implement the new SAP S/4HANA system, then there is no question of minimum requirement. If they are planning to upgrade their current system, see, there are two different things. One is you are implementing a completely new system. Second is if a customer is already using SAP ECC and they want to upgrade the same system to S/4HANA. So when you are upgrading the same system, there has to be the minimum requirement, which system you can upgrade, right? So that minimum requirement is ECC 6 EHP 0 to 7 or 0 to 8.
Vikram, in that scenario, will entire system get updated? So will the customer get HANA database and Fiori as an app, or it will be like what you had explained as so edge kind of thing when they do with the upgrade?
Yeah, so it depends. So your customer, let's see, what is the question? Let me write the question here first. So let's say I'm using SAP ECC EHP 7 today on Oracle database. Okay, this is my starting point. Now, what exactly you want to perform, whether you want to upgrade your database or you want to upgrade your system application. If you want to upgrade only database, okay, so if I only talk about only database upgradation, then what will happen? From SAP ECC EHP 7 on Oracle, you will be migrated to SAP ECC EHP 7 on HANA, which is nothing but suite on HANA, SOH. But on the other hand, if you want to perform application migration, application upgrade, when we say application upgrade, it means what? It means that you are going for SAP S4HANA. So from SAP ECC EHP 7 on Oracle, if you do the application upgrade, then you will go to SAP S4HANA, whatever is the version. So let's say in this case 1909. So one is application upgrade, second is database upgrade. You have both the options. Many customers, they want to do the database upgrade first and then the application upgrade. Many customers, they want to do both at the same time. They want to upgrade the application, automatically database also will be upgraded.
But Vikram, in that case, it's an entire, it requires entire change, right? Like
Yes, yes,
how it
definitely.
can,
Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
no, so my question was how it can be considered as an upgrade because these two are SAP ECC 6, even though it is EHP 7, it's completely different than S4HANA. So if the customer wants to change everything, database as well as the application, it means it's a completely new S4 environment, right, Vikram?
Yes, exactly. Once you upgrade the application, you will be coming to the complete new SAP S4HANA environment.
But Vikram, how the upgrade is possible? Because ECC EHP 7 is based on different criterias, right?
What do you mean by different criteria?
It means that the architecture of that particular old version is completely different than HANA.
Exactly. So when you upgrade, that old architecture will be replaced by the new architecture. So for example, if you are using an SAP ECC, there are multiple tables, right? Now, when you upgrade to SAP S4HANA, automatically all those old tables will be deleted and the new table in AC Doc A, the new table which is AC Doc A will be available here. So upgradation means same thing. Whatever architectural level changes are required, that will take place when you upgrade the system.
I see.
So that means when you're doing an upgrade, you're doing a technical and a functional upgrade, right? For functional,
Exactly.
you're saying it is an application upgrade, correct?
Exactly. So
Okay.
this one,
And
if you are
now,
saying the database upgrade, this is only the technical upgrade. But when you
yeah,
are doing the SAP S4HANA upgrade, this is technical as well as functional upgrade.
right. And the old Oracle database goes away, and the new birth is HANA, correct? For technical and
Right.
this one.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Because in SAP S4HANA, we cannot continue with Oracle. So when you are upgrading the application, automatically database will be also converted from your third-party database to SAP HANA.
Right. Okay, got it.
Okay. So I think yesterday with all of you, I already shared some certification PDFs. Just confirm if someone has not received, let me know so that I can immediately share. So yesterday I shared two things: certification PDFs as well as a list of important questions which are asked in the certification exam. So just confirm if everybody has received that.
Yeah, received, sir.
Yes, I got some.
Okay. Now the thing is, let me tell you one more thing. If you have any questions, you can reply on the same mail ID which I'm using for the sessions. Okay. So yesterday I sent you the link. You can reply on the same mail ID whenever you have any doubt or questions. At the same time, you can also visit this website. Okay, and there is a forum section here. Okay, which means you can ask your own questions. Okay, and you can also answer if you know the answer of the questions which somebody has raised. You can also do that. So I will try to uh, reply on your questions, but you are also open to reply on any other questions which are asked by others. Okay, so what you can do here is you can just come to forum and you can start the new discussion here. You can click on create new post. Okay, you can ask whatever questions you have and then you can see people can reply here.
And
Okay, so one option is
will it ask for a login ID and password or something like that, or just we go directly to that?
just the first time registration. So what you need to do when you click on this create new post, you can just say, okay, take my credentials from Google. Okay, so there is an option of Google also, right? So let's take this example. So if I click on create new post, yeah, so it is asking you. So if you don't have the access, if you don't have the sign up as of now because you are not a member, so you can just click on sign up with Google and just provide your Google ID. Okay, and you don't need to provide any other details then. Or if you want to do it from scratch, you can do via this also.
Okay, got it.
Just a one-time registration. Yes. Okay then, so thank you all for joining this session. We will meet tomorrow again at the same time. And as I told you, I will show you the system and then we will continue from the processes. Thank you. Bye.
Sorry to ask again, is that time is what? What time of India is that? Is it 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock?
7:30.
7:30. I see. Okay. Okay.
7:30 in the morning. Yes.
Fine. Thank you.
Vikram, I do have one more question. So every time, what would be the session time? Will it be 1 hour session or
It would be close to 1.5 hours.
1.5 hour? And it will be
Yes.
only weekends, right, for CO?
Only weekends, only Saturday, Sundays. Maybe from the next week or next to next week onwards, it may go up to maximum of 2 hours.
Okay. And Vikram, how many weekends are you planning for this batch?
It will take at least 8 weekends, and we will see. Maybe you can consider 8 to 10 as of now.
Thank you, Vikram.
Vikram,
Vikram sir, I have
one question around your strength and is that you must have already told what is the version that you have worked and what is that strength you have in 1909? That is just because to understand if we are able to ask those kind of a questions around 1909 for that reason. If you could and also your background around your profile.
Okay. Yeah. So
If
1909 is
if it is too early, it's okay. But again, if it is one statement, just 1 minute kind of thing, that would help.
yes, yes, yes. See, 1909 is the latest version. So on 1909, there are not much projects which are started as of now. But apart from this, we worked on 1709. I worked on 1809, 1709, even 1610. So 1610, have done the conversion. Conversion means the customer was already using SAP ECC and we performed the complete system conversion for them. And then on 1709 and 1809, we worked on the completely new implementation projects. Okay, so like there was no SAP at all. They were using some other third-party ERPs, and we implemented SAP S/4HANA from scratch for them.
So that includes the product costing and all that, is the
For one customer, yes. Other customer was into some other industry for which majority of the controlling part was not required. So for 1709 customer, we have not implemented product costing and all. But 1809 customer, yes, there was product costing as well as COPA. We activated account-based COPA for that particular customer.
And is there a situation where you had a legacy system as cost-based and then you converted back into account-based? Is that kind of a situation you underwent at the time?
Yes, on 1610, the legacy system was only using costing based. So when we upgraded that system, we activated account based in addition. So we are not deactivated costing based, but we activated account based also
Okay.
in
So
addition
I
to the
had some
costing
issues
based.
around that. That I might need some help on that. So the client that I'm working is using the cost based, and we are trying to work currently working on 1909. But
Mhm.
again, wanted to understand that a little bit of bottlenecks is there. Wanted to check, not
No
now,
problem.
but when the
You
point
can
comes.
write me the question. Maybe I'll try to see if I can help you out in that also.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you. That would help.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Uh,
you.
Hello.
Yes, Bala.
Hello. So Vikram sir, I already used earlier this go-to meeting. I have worked in chats and all to communicate with everyone. Like publicly chatting is there, and privately we can chat with the faculty. But I think that's option is not there, I think.
Uh, Let me check because normally the option is there. Are you not
Mm.
able to chat from your side?
I tried, but I'm not able to track it. Uh,
No, Vikram, me either. Like, I'm not getting that texting functionality with this GoToMeeting.
Let me check. In the next session, I'll tell you if there is anything wrong.
Vikram sir.
Yes.
Since this is a new class, can we have the introduction of every people who are all there in connected in this class? Just want to
Yes,
know
definitely. But
each.
today, when we started the session, only few guys, only two, three guys are there. That is the reason I have not started with the introduction because everybody
Okay,
joined a little bit late today. So maybe tomorrow
okay,
we will do that.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
I think some of the
Thank
finance guys joined the session. I'm just closing this meeting now. Please join once again for finance guys. Controlling batch, we already done. For finance batch, just join the same session once again. Thank you. Bye.
You all, bye bye.
Vikram,
Yes, Neha.
yeah, so do you have like a consequent badge for finance as well on weekends after
No,
completing?
this is ongoing batch, Neha. So
Oh,
the new batch which we discussed will start from Monday.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you.